Good evening everybody, welcome back to my channel. In this video, let us talk about community guidelines, strike basics, and copyright strike basics. Let's start. So here we are, community guidelines strike basis. What happens when you get a strike? Okay, when we talk about community guidelines, these are the rules on how we as the YouTube content creators behave on YouTube. So, if your channel or if your content violates the community guidelines, you will be issued a strike. So, what happens when you get a strike? When you get a strike, it is written there in your email what content is removed, what violation or what policy or violation, or what policy violated, for example harassment or violence, and then how it affects your channel and what you will do next. So okay, so let's talk about the first strike. The first strike, this means you will not be allowed to the following for 1 week. So ayan ang first strike. This strike means you will not be allowed to do the following for 1 week. No uploading of videos, live stream, or stories. You cannot create custom thumbnails or community posts. You cannot create or edit or add collaborations to playlists. Add or remove playlists from the watch to page using the save button. You cannot show a trailer during your premieres, and you cannot send viewers from a live stream to a premiere or send viewers from a premiere to a live stream. It says here full privileges will be restored automatically after the 1 week period, but your strike will remain on your channel for 90 days. Let's talk about the second strike. So let's talk about the second strike. If you get a second strike within the 90-day period as your first strike, you will not be allowed to post content for 2 weeks. If there are no further issues, full privileges will be restored automatically after the 2 weeks period. Each strike will not expire until 90 days from the time it was issued. Naku ha, 2 linggo. And then, the third strike, ito yung matindi. 3 strikes in the same 90 days. 3 strike daw within 90 days means 3 months. Ayan. Will result in your channel being permanently removed from YouTube. Again, each strike will not expire until 90 days from the time it was issued. So, ibig sabihin, pagka ikaw ay nagkaroon ng strike within these 3 months, 3 strike sa loob ng 3 buwan, your channel will be subject to termination. Or, ayan, matatanggal. And, deleting your content, ayan, sabi pa niya dito, ano? Deleting your content will not remove a strike. Kahit ay delete mo pa yung content mo, hindi ka ligtas doon sa strike. Kasi, nakasave na doon sa kanilang privacy, sa kanilang system, nakasave na. So, deleting, kahit naka-receive ka halimbawa ng first strike, tapos sabi mo, deletein mo lahat yung mga, hindi pa rin. Hindi yun magliligtas sa iyo. What do you do when you get a strike? Okay. Ayan, mag-a-appeal ka sa first, halimbawa first strike ko. Nakita mo na, na wala ka namang na-violate, okay naman yung video mo, bakit siya nagkaroon ng strike. Pwede kang mag-appeal, pero check nila, and then makikita kung talagang nagkamali. Kasi kung minsan, nagkakamali din naman ang system. So, what do you do when you get a strike? Okay. We have to learn community guidelines to make sure our content follows the YouTube policy. If your channel got a strike and you think the system is made a mistake, ayan, you can appeal this decision. Ayun nga sinasabi ko, pwede kang mag-appeal. Baka nagkamali lang yung system, YouTube system. Kasi nangyayari yan eh. And then, after third strike, YouTube also reserves the right to restrict a creator's ability to create content at its discretion. If your account has been turned off or restricted from using any YouTube features, you are prohibited from using another channel to get around these restrictions. This applies for as long as the restriction remains active on your account. Violation of this restriction is considered circumvention under the terms of service and may result in termination of your account. Ganyan. Kaya dapat magbasa tayo, i-search natin ano ba yung mga community guidelines para sa ganon ay maging safe ang ating channel. Ang pinakamatindi dyan, gaya ng mga reuse content. We have to be very careful sa mga reuse content na yan. At as a creator, we must have to read the community guidelines. Hindi lang yun, nakikinig tayo ng mga tutorials. We have to research. And we have to research, read, and understand. So here we go on copyright strike basics. If you get a copyright strike, it means that a copyright owner submitted a complete and valid takedown request for using their copyright content, protected content. So what happens when you get a copyright strike? Ayan, okay? The first time you get a copyright strike, you will need to go through copyright school. Aba, meron pang school ha? Copyright school helps creators understand copyright and how it's enforced at YouTube. Copyright strikes may affect your ability to monetize. In addition, if your active live stream is removed for copyright, your access to live streaming will be restricted for 7 days. Okay? If you get 3 copyright strikes, your account along with any associated channels is subject to termination. All the videos uploaded to your account will be removed. And you cannot create a new channel. So, how to get info about your strike? You have to sign in to YouTube Studio and then you click the content with the copyright claims. Ayan, sa taas niya. Tapos, makikita mo doon filter and then for copyright claims and then doon sa may restrictions, i-click mo yung see details and then it follows, i-guide ka kung ano yung dapat mong gawin doon. Okay. And then, how to resolve a copyright strike. Okay. There are 3 ways to resolve a copyright strike. So, wait for it to expire. Copyright strike expire after 90 days, 3 months. And then, if it's your first strike, you will need to complete copyright school. Ide-direct ka naman Get a retraction. You can get in touch with the person who claim your video and ask them to retract their claim of copyright infringement. Nakikusap ka doon sa may-ari ng copyright claim doon sa content mo. And then submit a counter notification if you think your video was removed by mistake. Yeah, sometimes the system made mistake or qualifies as fair use. You can submit a counter notification. Hindi ka naman magsasubmit ng counter notification. Alam mo naman kung mali nga yung may mali nga doon sa video mo. Kaya nga kailangan talaga dapat basahin natin ang community guidelines, ang mga policies para sa ganun ay maiwasan natin ang mga strike na yan at saka mga copyright claim. Ang copyright claim usually lalo na dyan sa mga music background natin. Yan. Meron naman dyan mga free music, halimbawa pag tayo sa mga editors na ginagamit natin, we can use that. Yan, okay. So, requirements for counter notification. Yan. There are requirements for counter notification. One is your contact information. Full legal name, ayan, magpipirma ka ng form ngayon kung gusto mo mag-counter notification. Email address, syempre, yung physical address, yung telephone number mo, ayan, tapos, number 2 is your specific URLs of the content in question. Submit mo rin yun para makita doon sa YouTube. Okay? What else? Anyway, what are the difference? Maraming nagtatanong, what are the difference between copyright takedowns and copyright ID claims? Okay. Ang copyright takedowns are, ayan, ito yung mga copyright strike, di ba? Ang copyright content claims, ito yung mga hindi apektado ang ating mga, hindi apektado ang channels natin doon pagka copyright claim lang. For example, sa monetize channel, pwedeng sharing, mag-share kayo sa revenue, or pwedeng yung sa kanya, i-claim lang niya yung revenue sa kanya lang. Ayun. Hindi yun magiging problema sa channel mo, hindi gaya ng copyright strike. So, okay? So, I hope yung konting explanation ko is nakatulong sa mga iba dyan na hindi pa nakakaintindi, hindi nagbabasa. Kung minsan kailangan natin talagang magbasa, we need to read, we have to research copyright guidelines, research, read and understand the policy, YouTube policy, the Google policy. We have to research all of this, read and understand para maiwasan natin ang mga dapat nating maiwasan na pwedeng makasakit sa ating channels na pinaghirapan natin. So, thank you so much. Please don't forget to leave me a comment down, and please don't forget also to give me a like, and if you like my video, please don't forget to subscribe, and of course tap the button bell so that you will be updated on my next video. I have a lot of video. I want to share some of about my life being away from my country, and some of my tutorials, basic tutorials, and some places that I'm going to share where I live at the moment. And thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Ciao!